Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, bringing you a reading for Saturday, July 18th, 2026. Out of the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we have the Ace of Cups showing up for us today. So absolutely love this card. It's pretty stunning, actually symbolic of the fact that we have all of this peace and love and joy, all these really beautiful emotions available to us, and it's for us to use at our disposal. And so it's really pushing out all of these old patterns, old beliefs, old outdated feelings and emotions that have just been feeling stuck right inside. So it's just cleansing. It's this beautiful new beginning available. And I think that honestly, it's like, hey, your requests have been heard, and it's a time for you to be heralded forward, right? Like, you are going to be rewarded for standing your ground. Of course, that isn't going to dismiss any further obstacles, right? There's going to be some hurdles going forward. It's not the first hurdle and that you just went through, and it certainly will not be the last. But the worst part of the obstacles are over. Each obstacle from here on out, it's just going to be easier and easier. There's a nice flow with that. You could feel like you're jumping through hoops, right? Like they're little tests from the universe, little, hey, did you catch that? Did you learn that lesson? And so how you respond becomes very important, right? This is how you're going to master that skill, whether that's upholding your boundaries or speaking your truth, whatever that looks like for you. I see here with this card, the dog spirits coming forward. So really feeling like this person has really shown where their loyalty lies, right? And you also have shown where your loyalty lies. And it may not be in the same realm, correct? Like it may not be, you guys may not be on the same page with that. So I think that moving forward, this fresh start comes as a result of you realizing your worth and realizing you're not going to put up with nonsense, right? And so know that part of these tests that are going to be coming through, there is a sense that like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? I do feel like there's going to be some sort of allegation or something that comes forward. Not an allegation of like a crime, right? But just an allegation of like a sense of wrongdoing, like you did me wrong, or you didn't choose me, right? Or something to that effect. And I feel like right as soon as somebody is saying those things, it's almost as if there's this underlying current of they don't necessarily believe what they're saying. They're just citing where their loyalty lies. So don't take that personally, okay? Because you standing your ground should never offend anybody, right? Like that is something that you did being yourself, right? And you absolutely should not be punished by somebody for standing in your truth and honoring yourself. And so again, I think that this underlying truth where this person may be saying some things that are maybe even hurtful, but I think ultimately in the end that this person will come around, and because I think that truth will kind of be revealed in time. It's nothing you have to do. You do not have to prove yourself. You do not have to prove that you were right? It's just something that's going to come out in the end. So just stand strong, stay in your peace, right? And I think this person will show their own true colors too, right? So just make sure that your choices, the things that you're doing, highlight the importance of protecting your peace. So as the reading said the other day, the more choices you make that bring peace, the more and more peace will be amplified, right? Like it will grow and you'll grow in that. And so either way, I feel like this Ace of Cups card is just symbolic of us weaving this beautiful tapestry of life by being conscious about our feelings, conscious about our choices, right? And using our intuition when we head into this new chapter. It's going to allow you to feel a little bit more empowered as a result of everything that you've been through. So again, I mentioned this is clearing out old sadness, I think sadness is the most prominent feeling as I tap into this energy. But there could be resentment, there could be numbness, right? Like wanting to avoid situations or being indifferent about things that happened in the past, but that didn't mean that didn't leave some sort of scar on you, right? It's something that you've had to deal with. But this is kind of cleansing all of that out at this time, right? You're going to have like a new emotional start, and your frequency is rising. You're elevating your frequency by embracing this new beginning, right? Embracing your truth. And so this is not really just about an emotional reframing of things. This is a multi-dimensional upgrade, right? And what I mean by that is you are shifting your awareness in such a way that your spiritual growth will start to reflect in your physical reality, and that is a result of that elevated frequency too. And so this is a beautiful energy that we're moving into. And so you're going to be expanding your awareness, you're going to be trusting your intuition more, and I think that you're holding your personal power too when you are standing on your boundaries, like enforcing your boundaries, right? And so you could be feeling depths of emotion you didn't even know you were capable of, right? Like you could be feeling joy as though you've never felt joy before. You could be feeling, great depths of these emotions that are coming forward, okay? But revel in that, okay? I really think that you're not going to be surviving anymore, right? You're just going to be thriving. So shifting from survival to thriving. And I think that that's where you could call in a substantial amount of physical resources, and that is a financial means, right? Because when we are able to enforce our boundaries and hold tight to that, we're increasing the volume in our cup in order to attract and maintain wealth, right? And so it's all cascading into beautiful energies, right? And so we move into a space where we're in some sort of a radical acceptance, right? You're understanding that it's no longer acceptable to just wish that something was different, but to recognize that it's not okay, or to recognize that you're not cool with that, and understanding that you have the power to change that, right? So whatever you're not changing, you're choosing, and understanding that. And so really moving yourself out of toxic energy, moving yourself from situations that no longer serve you, really decluttering your space, getting rid of things that no longer resonate with who you are at your core as you elevate that frequency will really help to draw in more of this beautiful energy too. You're entering a period of really great stability, and when we increase that container for our wealth and we're holding that space, right, and we're very mindful to enforce our boundaries, what happens is we're taking some of our power back, right? And this is ultimately going to limit the access from energy vampires, like limit energy vampires from being in your energy, right? They can't attach to you. They cannot become energy drains. You have a solid foundation, so to speak, or a solid wall around you that you are enforcing. And so when you limit their access to you, you feel better. You don't necessarily feel as drained, because you're not spending time with people that do drain your energy in that way. And so this ultimately just really fuels the soul. And I think that this is more of a spiritual prosperity as well that's coming in. So you turn that into your assets. So as you grow in and level up on a spiritual frequency, you then start to become more aligned with the highest version of yourself, and that is bringing in wealth and living in health and security and abundance, right? And so I do feel like I'm very drawn in this card to the dove at the top with that wafer. And so I think this is really ultimately accepting your own value, knowing your worth. And I think that you understand you don't have to sacrifice your own peace for what that wealth to come in, right? You don't have to sacrifice the wealth either to get the peace, right? So vice versa. But I think ultimately that's just you sitting in your own energy and knowing that it isn't necessarily just divine gifts. This is your divine birthright, this beautiful energy that you're moving into. So great read here for Saturday. I do so hope that this resonates for you. As always, please don't hesitate to hit the like button if this resonated. Leave a comment, let me know how it resonates. And as always, subscribe so that you're in the know when all of the cool new content is released. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.